Hello and welcome to gotvapes. I'm Daniel. Today I wanted to show you an exciting new product that we have coming out, and hopefully we'll be dropping this tonight. It's a new product from Smoktech. Smoktech was calling this the screw tank, and we worked with Smoktech and we helped them come up with a little bit better marketable name for obvious reasons. And so we helped them rename their product to the SMOK TiTan. And this is the name that they'll be marketing it under from now on. So let me show you what this is about. Basically what this is about is that it is sort of their answer to the VV Nova solution. It's quite a bit larger in capacity. And what I'll do is show you this side by side with a VV Nova so that you can see right here on camera what I'm talking about. But basically this has been performing really well for Chris and I during our testing. We were sent these as samples. Has not been released to the public yet. As far as I know, we're going to be offering a world premiere again from Smoktech. The thing about these is when we receive them as a sample, Chris and I got in touch with each other almost simultaneously and told each other, hey, have you tried the screw tank, which we're calling the SMOK TiTan? Have you tried the screw tank out yet? We really got to get these. And I was about ready to tell him the same thing. We were both really surprised with the performance of this unit. I'm going to show it to you here in a second. They normally had this shipping with a 2.0 ohm coil head, and we felt that that was a little bit too low for the basic setup for it. You know, there could be burning issues and stuff like that depending on the PV used. So we thought to put the user in a lot better position when they first get this, you know, depending on what type of device they're using, an ego regulated or an ego unregulated or just a regular 3.7 volt mod, a 2.5 ohm would be better. So they ship these to us with a 2.5 ohm head that you would receive in the unit. It is a top coil design, and let me, without further ado, show you what I'm talking about here. Let me get this in focus. There we go. Now this is a 6 milliliter, but I'm going to fill it up here right in front of you with some syringes that have already been, that I know how much is in there, and we can see exactly where we're at. Okay, so what we have here is a polypropolene tube, not a polycarbonate, so this should be a lot hardier, a lot more hardier with various juices, I would think. So it's a PP tube. You can see the coil is right about probably where it is on a VV Nova. Let's open this up. Let me open this up for you. And let's look down the center. We have a Stardust style pip inside of there. That's one difference between this and the VV Nova. It's sealed up really very, very well. And I'm thinking Smoktech might have done that because they are saying that you can fill above that, above the wick. I haven't tried a lot of that. I always want to try to avoid going too far up above the wick to try to avoid the gurgling that you get, you know, with juice, you know, with it too much overwicking and things like that. But you can try it out. Basically, it uses replaceable coil stems. It's not a head, it's a stem. So let me show you that. First of all, as I'm taking this tube off, let me show you the tube. The tube uses nicely threaded metal stainless steel inner rings for your threading base. These are on the inside of the tube, not the outside, so that when you thread onto this, you're threading metal to metal. See? Okay. You do have a little bit of an O-ring here. See if you can see it around the base. This is the shaft of the tip. The tip is a regular 510 style. Remove it. It's interesting that it is a fully threaded, as you can see, a fully threaded shaft mouthpiece. The Stardust are about the same, except they have about 60% of that threading. Okay, and you can see the O-ring on it for sealing it, and of course you have the threading on the cap. And these caps, top and bottom, are aluminum, very lightweight. Okay, and I can imagine what I'm going to do is I have some Stardust replacement tips that we're selling now. Let me show you the tip between the Stardust and the, let me see, the TiTan, Smoke TiTan, or AKA screw tank, is right here. And this is the Stardust. You can see there's a little bit more threading. So let's take the Stardust and see if these are interchangeable, if you can use them easy enough. On the Smoke TiTan, yes, it went in there pretty securely. See? So you can dress this up with all your pretty colors. Everybody's kind of going color crazy and style crazy now, which is really cool. When we started introducing a lot of color type of products last year, people were like, they weren't so much into it, but now they're really getting into it this year. So we have these. Okay, here's one. It's a green, and so it looks like all of our Stardust replacement tips will fit on these as well. Let's see how they go. The shank goes over the. There we go. Okay. If you could see my desk right now. Okay. The Smoke TiTan. Let's put this over the top of it. This was just a little side distraction, but we might as well cover it now. Let's see if it's covering up the shank lengths. It does look like it's covering it up pretty good. Completely, just like the other one. Okay. By the way, we have these tubes presently right now, these Smoke TiTan tubes, and all the colors they have available. So I'll show you those after a little bit. They're available for separate purchase. Okay, where were we? We were talking about the, as opposed to the Nova, this has inside threading rings. And then instead of a replaceable Nova coil head, that was the first thing I looked for. Are the Nova coil heads going to be compatible with this? And no, because when you replace the heads, you will replace the stem also. Okay? And this actually might be a very good thing. I'll tell you why. If you'll notice, when you screw and unscrew your top cap on the Nova, sometimes it can twist out that head that's on the top. It's not a big major issue, but it's something you got to watch for. And when you have something like this that threads at the base, it seems like that might be less likely to happen. I could be wrong, but I would think so. Okay? And inside of there, you also have another O-ring. Okay? So it's a very well quality built unit. Let me show you the end of that. So you can see the O-ring. So it's a really well thought out, well built quality unit. Okay? At the base, you can also see the silicone ring around there. Whether that's an O-ring, I'm not for sure, or just a silicone flat ring, and then that's installed on top of that, and it makes a perfect seal. I'm not for sure yet. Okay, but anyway, so when you purchase the extra heads for these, you purchase it with the air stem and the top. Like I said, you have the issue of it might be a lot more secure when screwing and unscrewing, but you know you've got a fresh tube in there also, so that's kind of nice. So it is a 510 connection. This is not an Ego style tank, and what I'm going to do is attach this to an Ego with our large tank cone thread. But before we do that, let's see exactly what the capacity of these are. Smoktech is saying that they are 6 milliliters, and that might just be the total capacity of the tank all the way up to here. Let's see practically what we can get in here. I have some Hush in a 3 milliliter syringe here. So let's drop that down in here, gang, and let's see where we're at. Okay, nice. At 3 milliliters, you're right there. Okay, now I have another syringe here that's got 2 in it, 2 milliliters, okay? And let's see where we can take this. Okay. Almost about 4.7 milliliters just to the bottom of that cap where the wick enters into the coil area. So they advertise it as 6, and it really realistically, you're looking at a tank here. I just put the rest of it in. I just went a little bit above the coil. The wicks are completely submerged now with Hush, gotvapes Flux Nectar Hush, which is taking the vaping world by storm. Okay, so we've got a full 5 milliliters in there. Now, if some of you guys want to fill it up past that, I don't, and report back and say, oh, there wasn't no gurgling or there was gurgling issues, we would appreciate that. But I probably wouldn't take it any higher than that. Matter of fact, I might even only just take it barely to the top of the wicks. Okay, so let me show you something else about the design of that center stem. I didn't experience, and Chris didn't experience, any gurgling or overwicking on this unit. I'm going to show you something. Again, we have the Stardust style pip at the top. You take the condom cap, and you will notice that the wicking and the coil, where it's effectively at, is actually probably down a little bit further than the Nova, but I'm not completely for sure. Okay, and let's look on the inside of that, and let me give you a good close-up of this on the inside. As you can see, she's got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wraps. It looks like there is a, let me take a look at that. It looks like there is a, it's going into what appears to be a ceramic or a plastic cup or a sleeve. I imagine it's probably a sleeve that extends the length of the inside of this unit. And it does appear so, but I can't be for sure. No. It is a cup. A cup, and in the bottom of the cup is a hole for airflow. Total of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wraps. This is a unit that I just picked out randomly. It looks like a perfect wrap on it. So they did well, and it looks like about a 1.5 inch wick. Okay. They wanted to make sure that this extends pretty far down inside of the, they wanted to make sure that this extends pretty far down inside of the tank. So let's put this back together and let's, oops, okay. So here we go. We filled everything up here. And let me put this back in focus. Okay. We filled everything up. Okay. And it's probably been sitting now for about a minute or two. We highly recommend. I didn't bother doing this, and neither did Chris. Was vaping good right from the top. But it's always good to let that thing sit for a bit. Okay. Hold on just a second. I accidentally unscrewed the bottom a little bit. There we go. It's in there tightly. Okay. All right. Now let's put this on a twist. I've got the twist set up for 4.0 right now since we have a 2.5 coil. Figured we would be okay with that. I was vaping this when I was testing it on a 3.3 volt regulated Joytech battery, and it was vaping up a storm. Like I said, me and Chris were both simultaneously trying to contact each other through Skype, saying, have you tried this thing yet? Okay, so it's on the unit. We do recommend, using some sort of an extender or a cone thread here to possibly, if there's any airflow issues, the cone thread has, you can see some air inlets there that will help with the airflow. Otherwise, there's a possibility that you may have a little bit of a harsh vape here and there, and you just gotta, just be aware of that. Just common sense, brothers and sisters. Okay, let's try it out. Oh, boy, this hush is delicious. And our unit here is delivering a very faithful rendition of this. I could do this all day long. Very, very nice. Okay. Let's take another toot of it, and then I'll ramp it up to 4.2, 4.3, 4.4. So nice. Air draw got a little bit tighter there because right before I took that last bit, it wasn't bad, but before I took that last toot, I had taken this and squeezed it an extra. So keep those things in mind. Remember, if you're a new vapor or fairly new, remember that the thing that makes these things work is airflow. So if you have airflow blockage issues, you're going to have burn, crispy vapes, toasty vapes, and sometimes very harsh vapes. Okay? So far, I haven't tilted this in any way, but I am vaping it somewhat horizontally. Okay. Now, let me take it off of the extender large tank chrome thread. Let's take that off. Let's put it on there without the extension. And we do sell mini extenders. If you don't want to use that, or you want the airflow and you're using it on a mod, we have both the regular size, I think, and sealed. I'm not for sure. And then also the mini extender, which is 6.5 milliliters, about like that. Anyway, let's see what we got here. Still very, very nice. Okay, let's take this thing up to, whoopsie daisy here. Take this up to the light. And let's twist her a little bit. Let's take it up to 4.2. It's 2.5 ohm Cardo coil. And it's starting to get on the edge, but it's still a good vape, but it's starting to get on the edge of maybe being a little bit too much at 4.2. Let me take it up to 4.4. And I loosened up the threading there to see if it'll help a little bit, but it wasn't bad at all. It's not something that you would go like, wow. Okay. And at 4.4 here, I got a little bit of a harshness. A little bit better. I have no extender on here. So not bad, but I would recommend staying at 4.0 or under. Let me take it down to 3.7 and see what we got. Let's see. We're at 3.8. We go right in the middle. We're at 3.7 on a fully charged Smoktech 1000 mil twist. Chain vaping it a little bit. Let's put the extender back on here. The flavor's spot on, just really there, clean, just the way that the hush was meant to be. The flavored tasted. I'm thinking 3.7 on the 2.5 is maybe a little bit too low. I think a 3.940 would be really good. Okay, now, and we will have in plentiful supply extra stem coils in 2.0 and 3.0. So you can play around with that a little bit. You can try a little bit lower ohm. I don't like the 1.7s. I always seem to get those to burn too much. I don't know, guys and gals, but even on my ego, I don't like the 1. Anything below 2. Not on this, but just in general. Let me take that back up to 4.0. And not bad. Okay, so our juice level is still right there at the wick. Okay. It's, notice, it's really well, completely turned it over. Let's see how it vapes after we do that, but it's really well sealed. See if we get any gurgling. Not bad. Okay, so this is the Smoke TiTan, made by Smoktech. also known as the screw tank, but they're changing their marketing materials right now. They're sending me labels to put on the outside of the box. I probably won't wait till those come in at all. As a matter of fact, I want to try to get these up tonight. By the time you see this, it'll be up, either up or within an hour or so of being up. Polypropolene, very nice. Polypropolene tubes, really well made. Metal sleeves on the inside for threading metal to metal, okay? And it holds easily 5 milliliters up to the wicks, okay? Long coil stem for your replaceables, so maybe less issues with removing the cap, filling, and the thing coming loose and that sort of thing, okay? So that is the SMOK TiTan, and we have the various tubes. Let me show you these. We have the complete units and I think 3 or 4 additional colors. I'll show you. I think we might have these in a smoky, but I'm not absolutely for sure. But as you can see, you have a pink fuchsia type. Let's see how our pink drip tip, stardust tip looks on it. Let's unscrew the tip. There you go, gang. Nice, eh? So you can keep a little bit of femininity about you, even though you got this big honking tank. Just use a pink battery. Okay, so like I said, we have those in the complete, when I say complete kits, it's going to come with 1 ohm head. But these are pre-assembled. We have some like that, but we also have plenty of extra PP tubes available for it, okay? It is the SMOK TiTan, but it will say on the box screw tank. And after we helped them rename it to SMOK TiTan, they already had these printed. I told them we'll just put different labels on it, and then they came back to me 2 hours later. We're out of stock on the labels, but we'll send them to you to slap on there. But I just wanted to let you know, so that when you get these, it's a screw tank, you know, what the story is behind that. It will be marketed on the site as the SMOK TiTan, and then we'll put AKA screw tank, so on and so forth. Also, just wanted to show to you, we got some fun news about the Hyper SRTs, which are just going gangbusters. People are loving them, and we're almost sold out of our allotment of them. That is also known as the Smoktech VV tank. So we call it the Hyper SRT, self-rebuildable tank, or however you want to call it. But for that, they've always come in the clear. But we have now replaceable, you know, tanks that come. We have 7 different colors. We have the red here for the Hyper SRT, and also this fits the larger Smoktech DCT tanks, okay, that we sell, the 6 milliliter tanks. These are also for that, for the DCTs and the Hyper. So we have that sort of a sage green, and then we have a kind of a lime green, and then we have a well, it's sort of a light pink and then a darker pink, kind of a fuchsia type thing situation. I would say that's more of a just two different shades of pink almost, right? Okay, and then we have blue. And then we have clear replacement tanks, okay? Okay. And these seem to be PP style tanks, whereas I think the Hyper SRT has a polycarbonate. I have to double check and look at that again. But these are PP style, or PP material, polypropolene. And then I told them, I said, have you heard of Breyer on ECF? She's one of our supplier associates. And they said, yes, Mr. Stidham will get you some yellow ones out to you right away. I didn't even have to say anything. So we have yellow. And it's even almost like a light melon orange. Okay. So 7 different colors on that. And I showed you in a bit of other news, I did show you that we do have the new Stardust tips in clear, black, blue, reddish, light reddish, pinkish, and some other colors. Let me try to show these to you. Anyway, we have those. They're candy wrapped. And a couple other things I wanted to show you real quick is I really like these tips. These are what we're calling the Aladdin. They're a Smoktech product. And let me see. I call it the Aladdin because it kind of has a Persian influence to it. And they reminded me of the kind of ruffles at the end of Aladdin's pants or something. But that's why we're calling that the Aladdin. Okay, and it has a wide mouth at the end. Very nice for dripping. You can see all the way through. See this? See? Very nice. And that's in our drip tip section. It's already up. And then we have this beauty. It looks completely like highly polished stainless steel. It's a DCT funnel. But it can also be used for the Phoenix Ravens when those come out later this week. Or we got a solid tracker last night, but they said it had been shipped on Tuesday. So just to give an update on that, we do have a solid tracker. And just for fun, I may even post that tracker number for you guys. I think you deserve it. You've been waiting for quite a while. But this is the Smoktech refilling funnel. And I have some really nice pictures on the product page on this of showing it how it works. But you basically take the drip tip off of a DCT and hold on just a second, gang. Okay, here we go. Take the drip tip off of a DCT. This is a DCT tank. You have the top of the cartomizer. You take this, you put it in. It's got an O-ring on it. Fits perfectly. You push out like this. Until you expose the hole. See how it pushed out the bottom? There should be no leaking issues there. It's well sealed on the bottom. And then you do that until you see the fill hole up here. You can then take your juice, go to town. You can take a bottle. That's the beauty of it. No syringes, just a straight bottle of juice and squirt right in there, casting all cares to the side. And I think if you fill it all the way up, if you fill it all the way up to the top, you're probably talking about 2 milliliters in it, so it might take a couple of fills of it. Once it's done, you push this back up from the bottom. Okay, it's got the flanged end. Make sure it's set in. And then you take this unit off. Put the drip tip back on, and you are in business. But like I said, this should also work very well for the Phoenix Ravens. Okay. So again, what I demonstrated for you today is a product we're very, very excited about it. Gotvapes, I'm pretty sure we are offering the world premiere of this unit, the SMOK TiTan, also known as the screw tank. They will market it, they will change their marketing, and it will be known as the SMOK TiTan from henceforth or very, very soon. We have another product coming from them that we also helped do the rename on it. Okay, and it's coming in 4 colors besides clear. And give you another look at it. If you have any questions that I didn't address, just ask in this thread. And we're in business. So will come packaged in the box and with a wrap around it and with one head, and then 3.0 and 5.0 heads will also be available for it. Okay, so the SMOK type. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I wasn't too long-winded. We appreciate all the support that we receive from everybody on ECF, especially those who come into our forum and are very patient with us. And to be quite honest with you, some of you people are so sweet. You're very sweet to us. Just remember, we're fellow vapors just like the rest of you. We have a mom and pop store basically. Chris and I are not rolling in the dough. We take a lot of risks. We try our best. We're extremely busy. We try to stay on top of things. But neither one of us are looking at this as though it's both of us have other interests, but we're excited about this. And we're trying to bring something different to the vaping world as far as excitement and the interaction with the customer. We'd also like to thank ECF because they run a very tight ship without being too overbearing. And we do appreciate all of them also in the administration. So thank you so much, and we appreciate all your support, and we'll always do our best to help and be there for you. Like I think most of you know, we're there on the forum 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at www.e-cigarette.forum/gotvapes, and you will have entered the world of gotvapes and all those wonderful, wonderful people that support us there. Thank you very much, and I'll talk at you later. Take care. Bye-bye.